Hi everybody, I'm Cortney and this is Traci, one of our trainers here at Canine Company, and I am here to discuss heat stress today. And we are going into this season where it is hot, it is the summer, and what are some do's and don'ts about monitoring your dog and potential heat dangers?
Yeah, the summer is a lot of fun and you want to get out with your family, you want to bring your pets with you to enjoy it. And I think the first thing that comes to everybody's minds are vehicles, but that's one of the things that can cause a lot of harm and danger for your pets. But you really can't forget about the stresses that can be caused just going for a walk, some heat stress that could be caused just from hanging out in the yard, or even leaving your dog at home if there's not enough air circulation at the house. So you can't just pinpoint it to leaving your dog in a vehicle when it's hot. There's a lot more other aspects that you should look at.
So what are some precautions, I guess first we'll focus on the vehicles. What are some precautions we should take as pet parents when leaving our dog in the car if we do?
Yeah, sometimes you do have to take your pet with you. And if you do, really go to places that allow you to take your pet in with you, because it is not safe to leave your pet unattended in a vehicle, especially if the air is not on, if the vehicle is not running, and many times that's unsafe to leave it. So if you can't take your pet with you, you should leave your pet at home.
Okay. And I know a lot of people just try to crack their windows open and they try to make these, like, they try to park in the shade. What is your opinion on that?
It's still too hot. You don't realize how hot a vehicle can get, even if you've cracked the windows down just a little bit, or even open them up to where you've got a decent sized gap. It's not enough to keep it cool for your pet. They will just overheat and you can get serious injuries can occur, sometimes even death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's horrifying. Now, what are some tricks and like ways to monitor your dog? Like if you're going for a walk when they're getting a heat stress or when they are overheating?
Yeah, you start to see things, but when you go for a walk, some of the things in the beginning, before you head out for a walk, take some water with you, take a portable dog bowl that can kind of collapse so that you can make sure your dog has plenty of water when you're out for a walk. You also want to check the temperature of where you are going to be walking. Like, are you walking on cement? Are you walking on pavement? Are you walking on the beach? Ideally, if you're going to be going for a walk, allow your dog to walk in the grass, but you need to make sure you check the temperature of where you are walking on. So just take your hand, put it on the pavement, put it on the cement, put it on the sand. If it is too hot for you to touch, it's too hot for your dog to walk on.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and walk. If you have to walk, go ahead and walk on the grass where it is a lot cooler for them. But things that can happen if you're doing some excessive exercise outside, let's say your walk turns into a run, or it's a lot longer than you thought, or the sun starts to kind of come down on you, what you will start to see is your dog could have heavy panting, he might be heavy drooling, trouble breathing, and that can all start to increase your dog's heartbeat. And you will see him start to get a little dizzy, some weakness. Those things are very, very big key triggers to say that you need to get to the vet right away and make sure that your pet is starting to cool down.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrifying. And then, I've gone for walks with my dogs and we don't even realize it as humans of how bad it actually is and how it affects, because they have this whole coat of hair on them and we don't have that. And dogs can only cool down via breathing. They can't sweat. So it's hard to gauge it as a pet parent when you don't know what they're going through.
It is, but I think though, if you are able to keep an eye out for some of the simple things before you go out and exercise, or before you go out and go for a walk or attempt to go on a hike or go out for a long adventure, just make sure you take the proper things with you to make sure your pet's going to stay cool. Keep an eye on them, watch for certain key behaviors, pull back a little bit if you're pushing your dog too hard to exercise, find some shade, cool down, take a few breaks. All of those things are going to help to make your trip a little bit more fun.
Yeah, and so then you mentioned prior, even in the house can be a posing threat. What is a precaution that we should take for air circulation and heat?
You don't have to have air conditioning to keep your house cool, but if it's a hot day, you know, keeping all your windows shut, not having a fan on, those things can make it a little bit stifling. So open your windows, turn on a fan. The key is to keep the air circulating if you have to leave your pet at home and you don't
Mhm.
have an air conditioner.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even like last week for me, I woke up in the middle of the night and my dog sleeps in my bedroom and she was in my bathroom on the tile floor, which she like never does. And I was like, oh my gosh, she must be like like suffering because it's so still and hot. So I like opened up all the windows.
You
But
know,
it's
that's funny.
yeah, I mean, I was even sleeping. How was I supposed to know that she was going through? Because well, then she started making a ton of noise. But if I didn't hear her, then she would have been really, really overheating, which is
Yeah.
scary.
But I think she would have been fine. You know, she sought out a place that was a little bit cooler.
Mhm.
Tile, sometimes if dogs are outside, they'll find a little dirt pile that's a little bit cooler for them. So they tend to seek out some areas, especially at night, if it's a little warmer in the house, they'll look for someplace else to go lay down that might be a little cooler, which is what your dog did. Went and kind of sought out the tile floor.
Yeah,
That would be a little bit more cool for her.
yeah. All right, Tracy. And is there anything else do you think that we should add or?
No, I just think that just prepare, take plenty of water for yourself and for your pet. You know, check the temperature of the pavement and sand before you go on any walks, and just make sure you keep your air circulating and watch for any signs that might key you in that you could have a serious problem going on that you should seek out a vet.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for watching. We will see you guys in the next video.
Great, thanks.